Hi there folks, today I'm going to make a video with a panic attack survival kit because on a daily basis I have several panic attacks and they are not remotely fun. First thing, I made a list of things in case I forget, because there's many different tools I use to cope with panic attacks on a daily basis. I have panic disorder. I've been suffering, I'm not sure if you watched the video. I was diagnosed when I was 16. I'm 34 now, and I have been dealing with various levels of panic disorder since I was a teenager. So my first thing on my list, the first go-to is, I wrote bottled water, and I have bottled water, but really any water will do. Bottled water is just easier because you can have it when you're on the go, and that works easier for me. Sometimes it's just to distract myself, also to remind myself that I'm hydrated, because a lot of times I fear that I feel weird and the panic attack is causing me to have certain, like, dizziness or lightheadedness. So if I know I'm hydrated, that it's probably, just the panic attack. So I always have the water on me, and so that helps. Second thing on my list, I have peppermints, because sometimes my stomach gets upset and I can't focus. So this helps ease my stomach. Also ginger ale or gum or mint. There's a lot of stomach related ailments sometimes that happen to me with the panic attacks. So I have those options. I'm a big wintergreen fan myself, but whatever works for you. The next thing I have on my list is a paper bag. Now that's really on the extreme end of it. I have had instances of panic attacks where I've hyperventilated, and checking out my cat over there, where I've hyperventilated and it's not been, easy, and someone's had to grab me a paper bag because, I needed to breathe into it, and it sucked and it was embarrassing, but it was better than going to the hospital. So, let's see. I have a rubber band. I actually have several rubber bands because I have a whole big bag, and what I use these for to cope with is you put on your wrist, and if you're having a panic attack, then I sit here and I flick it, and it helps distract me from, I think it's helpful because anything that can kind of draw your focus away from the immediate danger you're feeling inside the panic attack, anything that can kind of just deflect, is good. At least in my case. And everything that I'm saying is things that have just worked for me. I'm not trying to tell you what'll work awesome for you, but I hope that some of this helps somebody. Okay, I'm a little nervous. Sorry about that. I'll try to do better next time. Okay, next on my list is a journal. A lot of the times my thoughts are going like 90 miles an hour when this is going on, and I'm really, upset. Sometimes I'm even crying, or I don't usually get angry, but it helps to either talk to somebody or to write. So I put journal on the list. This is my journal. I love it. I have about 10 journals that are complete because I write a lot. Whether you like to write poems or maybe you have a blog, I don't know. Whatever you feel helps you. If you just want to draw, scribble, sit there, and if it makes you feel better, then I suggest a journal. Of course, on my list with the journal, pen, purple, black, whatever. Next, I have a tablet on the thing, or a cell phone. I have a tablet, a cell phone. And with those, I have my earbuds. So that way I can listen to music. I can listen to a guided meditation. I can play video games. I play Clash of Clans. Probably more than I should. I play it on like 3 different devices, but I do these when I'm having panic attacks, like I said, to take my focus off of the initial panic attack. Panic attacks don't usually last too long, but sometimes they're one after the other for hours. And sometimes, you don't know when one's going to end or one starts, one's beginning. And sometimes it just helps to kind of do whatever you can to distract yourself. And it's hard for people out there who aren't having panic attacks or have never had one to sit there and say, just breathe. They mean well, they really do, but it's hard to just breathe. So I suggest the cell phone or the tablet or some type of device like that, if you have it, because there's many different things on there. Also, I put my online support group. Belong to several support groups, one for panic disorder and one for agoraphobia. For those of you who don't know what agoraphobia is people who have a fear of leaving to go into certain places, stores, malls, and in extreme cases, you can't leave your house, or you have a bad panic attack. I probably should have looked up the clinical definition, but I really just best describe it as you have a fear of going places. And you can become agoraphobic from panic disorder because you'll start going one place and then you'll have a bad panic attack and you'll not go to that place anymore, and then you'll have another place and you have a bad panic attack and you won't go to that place anymore. And so what will happen is pretty soon you won't have anywhere else to go and you'll find yourself at home. And that was the state I was in about 2 years ago. And right now my agoraphobias are right, but I usually have to go somewhere with my husband. Also on the list, I have a stress ball. This is my stress ball. It's a baseball. Just because I really like baseball. And sometimes when I'm mad at the baseball team and they're giving me a panic attack, thank you, Boston Red Sox, then I just sit there and squeeze it. And it helps stress. Just like that. Squeeze it. But obviously you can get any different type of stress ball anywhere. Lots of things work. Lots of things that you wouldn't technically see in a store labeled stress ball, but just basically some type of rubber. Also, what will work, and I got at the Dollar Tree in a bag of like 20, is a worry stone. A worry stone is something that you can sit here and just rub like this so that your stress, all that, you just sit here, because I know that my height of my panic, I'm going 90 miles an hour, and I just sit there and have that one thing to focus on, that bottle of water, or that worry stone, sorry, the stress. And I think let's see, I have sunglasses on the list. I'm gonna look really stupid right now because I have two on. Sunglasses. I put those on the list because sometimes I cry when I have panic attacks and I'm embarrassed, which makes me panic more. So I put, not that I'm saying you should be ashamed of having panic attacks. There's no shame in asking for help. But for me, I feel sometimes self-conscious. So I put on sunglasses, not like at night usually, but just to hide my tears, or puffy eyes, or also if I'm making, like a weird face, I don't want people to think the wrong things. So last thing I have on here is a list of trusted contacts, which there is people in here, but obviously I don't want to give out their information over YouTube. So there's that. And I think that's the end of it. For right now, all I can say is that if you're struggling, keep fighting. Do not let this disease get you. If you're just having panic attacks on a daily basis, then okay, I'm gonna end this before I just ramble on and have to edit this. So have a good night, YouTube, and I hope this helps somebody. Bye.